Welcome back to Daytime Tri-Cities live here from Science Hill High School as we get ready for this huge game tonight coming up between Westridge and Science Hill. And right now I am joined by the man himself, head coach Stacy Carter. Coach, we appreciate you having us out here today.
Well, thank you, Chris, and thank you all for coming out and covering us.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Got this live televised game coming up tonight. It's exciting for your kids, isn't it?
Absolutely. Anytime you can get and the grandparents can watch it, the ones that can't get out and stuff, and then the coverage, they can go back and watch it. It's exciting. So it should be a great event. Let's
break the game down a little bit. Both of you enter this game at 1-1. Let's talk about your team because you know more about your team than anybody's team. Let's talk about your team coming in tonight. How's practice has been leading up to this game?
Well, practice has been great, and they've been great all year. We got a great start, winning the game in Elizabethton, but we're a very young team. We had 26 people graduate, and got beat up a little bit last week, and got exposed a little bit. But, anytime you have losses like that, sometimes you learn more over the losses than you do the wins, and you don't want that to happen, but that's kind of how it is. But I think we had a good practice, and I think we're ready to play, and now it means something. It's the conference games now.
I was going to say that this is a conference game. This is a big first conference game for you. This kind of sets the tone going forward.
Absolutely. The goal is of our young team right here is to get better and win this conference, and you got to win the conference games to do that, and you want to get a good start. You got two young teams coming in here. Both teams have lost a lot of people, so we're having to do a lot of coaching. Right. Both sides are having to do a lot of coaching right now to get these ready, so hopefully we can get them ready tonight.
And I saw your eyes gleam there a little bit when you said you got to do a lot of coaching. You enjoy coaching young players, don't you?
Absolutely. I think us and me and our whole staff do. We got a bunch of kids, and anytime you got to, figure out how to do things with different kids or whatever, and you spend time with them, that's what it's all about. It's about building relationships with these kids, making them good young men that go out in society and do great things, and hopefully we're doing that at Science Hill, and I think that's our ultimate goal, and hopefully we can keep doing that stuff.
You talk about the wins, taking things away from wins and losses. Let's talk about that first win against Elizabeth. And what did you take away from that game that you can hang your hat on for the rest of the season?
Well, we were very physical, and it seemed like we were physical that whole game, and the kids came out, and that's something we wanted to do well, and they did it. So, that's what we were pretty physical last game, but, it was just kind of, they went over top of us, with the passing game and stuff. But we took that out. That's kind of our identity. We got to get better on offense, right, too, but we learned a lot from that game and how physical we can be.
And I was going to ask you, too, on that loss, you've been working on pass defense this week. What are some of the things you've been working on to get ready for Westridge tonight?
Well, absolutely. We're working on it every week. We got Coach Paul Overbay, and he is the most prepared coach, secondary that I've ever had. He really takes it serious, and it was more people last week in youth, but we're working the same intensity we always work every week on that, and then we're working on our quarterback play, right, working on that and getting that better, and then just improving on both sides of the ball right now is what we're trying to do.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you so
Folks,
much.
It's going to be a fantastic game tonight. It is Westridge and Science Hill Conference game. Going to set the tone for the rest of the season for these two teams. There's going to be a big crowd out here tonight. If you're going to be here early, and if you can't be here, make sure you check it out on ABC TriCities and WJHL.com. Coming up tonight at 7 o'clock, Kenny and Casey will be bringing you all the action live from here at Science Hill.